Alright, so this is going to be the continuation of the last videos that I've been making on the history of the Enlightenment. I've been reading from the book from the Pythagorean Illuminati, explaining the history. Obviously starting out with the Illuminators who came down and then enlightened holy mystic men, and then they enlightened Solomon, and then Solomon's lineage of the Illuminati carried on into Greece, where it then continued on to Pythagoras. And then right now we're on Pythagoras, because basically in Greece, Pythagoras left Samos and made his way to the Greek colony at Croton in southern Italy, famous for its knowledge of medicine, where a group of Illuminatists who had found a benign home there begged him to join them. So the Illuminatists basically begged Pythagoras to join them, in their benevolent undertakings that were to change the face of the world, and free the world from its enslavement. That's what the Illuminati actually are doing, and have been doing for millennia now. And I'm just like, I'm tired of people not knowing the truth about the enlightened ones. I'm tired of people in the conspiracy circle and all that stuff, putting a negative name on the enlightened ones, because that keeps you from the truth, which is why I'm doing these videos. Because as long as you think that the enlightened ones are the bad guys, the evil, shape-shifting reptilian lizards that control the world, the neocons, Freemasons, bankers, politicians, the Bilderberg Society, all that stuff, Trilateral Commission, they are not the Illuminati. They are the elite. They are the organization. They are the hierarchy that enslaves us. They are not the Illuminati. The Illuminati are the ones that oppose them. They oppose the elite, and they have been endeavoring for millennia to bring about a new world order that is not the old world order, not what we're currently underneath, which is enslavement, tyranny, oppression. It's very clear that we need a new world order, and that is part of the Armageddon conspiracy. Because if you ask anyone about a new world order or about the Illuminati, they will immediately go to that as a negative thing. The Illuminati are bad guys, and the new world order is something bad. That is not the truth. That is actually part of the lie and part of the misdirection that the elite are doing to people. So if you think you know everything, you don't, though, because most people, if not all, think that the Illuminati are bad guys and the New World Order is something bad. And that is actually what is preventing us from having a new world. And that is very frustrating, because in being a gatherer of intelligence, you definitely go to levels that other people don't go to and can't go to. And I know that is what I have done with finding the Illuminati, because I found out who they really were, what secrets they really guarded, and I'm giving them out right here, from their books that they wrote. So this is the continuation of the history, so that people can actually understand who the enlightened ones actually are. It has been suggested that the magic Mediterranean island in Shakespeare's play, The Tempest, was based on Samos, and the character of Prospero on Pythagoras himself. Certainly, Pythagoras was a figure of mystery and legend, a religious prophet and pure mathematician, a scientist and magician, a cross between Einstein and Merlin, striving to unite reason and mysticism, science and religion, which is called tetralogy. Shaman, showman, and genius, there's never been anyone quite like Pythagoras, a man of supernatural charisma. At Croton, he created the Illuminati as a formal secret society, with himself as its first Grand Master, and with a specific mission to make its members worthy of the boasters, from whom they would surely learn the final secrets of existence. Under his stewardship, the Illuminati became the precursor and template of all future secret societies. So that is the story of how Solomon and Pythagoras are linked, how Solomon's kingdom of Israel became connected with the Greek world of Pythagoras via the beautiful and historic country of Phoenicia. The phoenix flew over these lands, a symbol of spreading of spirituality and the inspiring possibility of starting anew, free of the shackles of Yahweh, the Demiurge. So that right there is just saying that, the whole thing is about freeing ourselves from the Demiurge. And that's what the Illuminati sacred mission has always been, is to free ourselves from the Demiurge and Satan and Yahweh, Jehovah. And, Pythagoras created the Illuminati as a formal secret society in Croton. And, making its members worthy of receiving knowledge from the boasters, or the illuminators, that are sent from by Abraxas, the true God, that is outside of the Demiurge. And under his stewardship, the Illuminati became the precursor for all secret societies. They were the beginning of all secret societies. They created all the secret societies: Rosicrucians, Freemasons, Templars, Cathars. All the movements. They were all the religious. They're responsible for them, because their whole mission is to connect humanity back to its divinity, which the Abrahamic religions and the old world order that controls us has disconnected us from. The great Solomon, famed for his wisdom, was no worshipper of the monstrous god of the fanatical Jewish priesthood. One of the biggest lies in history was that the Temple of Solomon was built to honor Yahweh. In fact, it was dedicated to Sophia, goddess of wisdom, as an entirely fitting. Solomon, the wisest of men, attributed his wisdom to Sophia and honored her above all others. He is often accused of worshiping Syrian, Phoenician, Palestinian, and Canaanite goddess of love, sex, and fertility. But in fact, it was Sophia to whom he was devoted. And it was in the name of wisdom that Solomon conceived the plot to kill ignorance once and for all. The God of ignorance was Yahweh, and Solomon concluded that if this backward, negative, evil, stupid God had a purely physical existence and could be killed, then humanity would at last be free and able to ascend to divinity. The novel The Armageddon Conspiracy by Mike Hockney is about this astounding plot to kill God, but set in the modern world. So, it's like everything is, first of all, everything's a lie. Like, to get the truth, you got to get through a lie. And I definitely got to the truth. And it basically is saying that, Solomon is a character that, is misunderstood, misinterpreted. Many people think he is not good. You know what I'm saying? Actually, more people than most think that he's not good, and that is actually because of the Demiurge's control on society. But the Illuminati, actually the enlightened ones, actually know the truth about Solomon and who he was and what he was doing, and how he was opposed to Yahweh and Jehovah and the Demiurge. Like, the God that rules this world, that is the most benevolent thing you could be, is because someone was taking a stance against the world order and the ruler of it, which is Yahweh, the Demiurge, Jehovah, who still is in. Actually, I won't say that, because in 2012 that did change. And we are experiencing a world now that is being freed from the Demiurge. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's why systems are falling right now. That's why the old world order is failing, because the lie is being exposed, and humanity is waking up. And the corruption of the religions, the corruption of the politics, corruption of the economy, and how they're all connected, is what's happening right now. And we are seeing the fall of Yahweh's world. The God of the Bible, Torah, and Quran. Like, that world is falling right now. And I'm so emphatic, though, because I've been doing this for lifetimes. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing this for lifetimes now. So, like, my soul is just ready for this world to get it. You know what I'm saying? This world to stop worshiping Satan, to stop worshiping the corporatocracy, democracy, to stop supporting it, to stop supporting the religions, to stop supporting the economy. The economic system that enslaves us. Just to stop supporting it, because that's the only way we're going to be free. And I mean, if I were in front of a crowd right now, I would be giving the most meaningful words and speeches right now to wake people up. And I'm devoted to reading every single one of these words from every single one of these books to explain who the Illuminati are and what they're doing. And that is literally freeing the world from its enslavement. They always have been and are right now and always will be in the fight against the powers that be. This is the secret society that is fighting the powers that be. And people need to understand that. Like, very clearly. Because until that is understood, the powers that be and the hierarchy that enslaves us is going to be winning, because they're keeping people from finding out the truth, which the Illuminati have. The first philosopher. Pythagoras was the first person to be known as a philosopher, the first to use that term to describe himself, the first pure mathematician and first person to adopt a systematic, deductive, scientific method, making him the forefather of modern science. Such was his renown that the phrase autos efa was coined, meaning he himself said it. This was later translated into a famous Latin phrase, ipse dixit. Anyone who wanted to end a debate simply declared, he himself said it. No one dared challenge a direct pronouncement of Pythagoras. He was famed for his skill with the lyre, and like Orpheus, he used music to help those who were ill and to soothe wild animals. He was obsessed with music because it brought numbers to life. Music might be considered as oral mathematics. Mathematics transform into emotion. Social and political harmony are akin to beautiful music, while the chaotic opposite is music that degenerated into discord. 21 of the central principles taught by Pythagoras to the inner circle of the Illuminati, who were known as the mathematikoi, were. So I'm about to get into those 21 principles right now. But, it's very clear that Pythagoras was Jesus, like the equivalent of Jesus, but before Jesus. And there's even more secrets about Jesus that the Illuminati reveal, which I will be getting into later, but we're focusing on Pythagoras right now, who was named the first philosopher. And, it's just like he was all mathematics. And that's what the Illuminati used to explain the nature of reality and the purpose of life, the meaning of existence. It's all mathematics. And specifically ontological mathematics. Which explain reality. And actually Euler's formula is one of the formulas that they use to explain how everybody is a monad, an individual mind that's creating a collective consciousness that is our reality. And obviously the elite know this, and that's why there's mind control, because they don't want people to know this. They don't want people to know what the Illuminati know, and that is we are becoming God. You know what I'm saying? One, reality is mathematical at its deepest level. 2, the cosmos exhibits order because it obeys mathematical laws. 3, if the cosmos were not mathematical, it would be permanently chaotic and random. No form of organization would ever have emerged. No life could have arisen. 4, mathematics is the first language of the cosmos. Mathematics underlies reason, order, organization, pattern, logic, and form. 5, God is mathematics come to life. 6, God is mathematical perfection. 7. The thinking mind, both human and divine, is born of mathematics. 8. The mathematics of humanity can evolve to the mathematics of divinity. The latter is simply an inferior version of the latter. 9. Through the understanding of mathematics, humans can comprehend the mind of God. 10. The human soul reflects the mathematics of eternity. 11. Mathematics and philosophy can purify the soul spiritually. 12. The human soul can rise to union with the divine. 13. Certain symbols have a mystical significance via which the secrets of God are revealed. 14. God has filled the cosmos with mathematical messages, codes, to the human race to provide the answers to all of our questions. We need only read the codes, but to do so, we must learn to see through God's eyes. 15. Good and evil have their origins in mathematics. Good is associated with those who wish to live in harmony with others. Evil is the result of the desire to destroy harmony by treating others in a lesser way than one would expect to be treated oneself. Good people seek harmony. Evil people seek discord. Good people seek cooperation. Evil people seek to put others down in order to raise themselves up. 16. God wants all good people to join him. He rejects all evil people. 17. Emotion is based on music, and music on mathematics. All of our emotions are reflected in music. Music can make us happy, sad, tearful, and ecstatic. It can rouse us to dance. It can plunge us into despair. It can deliver serenity. It can make us restless. It can inspire us or crush us. It can allow us to enter communion with others. It can rise our minds to the level of the divine. Through perfect music, we can glimpse the perfect mind of God. 18. All things have a profound inner grasp of mathematics, even when they do not know it. All things are carried along in the eternal flow of mathematics, the river of enlightenment. 19. Those who do not understand mathematics are those who have not had what is buried within them brought into the light of reason. 20. Light and sound are mathematical. In the afterlife, we hear the music of the spheres and see the infinitely dazzling light patterns of eternity. 21. All brothers and sisters of the order should observe strict loyalty and secrecy. So those are the 21 central principles taught by Pythagoras, who was the first Grand Master of the Enlightened Ones. That the order has been maintained to this day. That's why I'm even reading these words, is because they still exist, and the person that wrote this is one of them. So, it's just laid out, like mathematics, music, is God. And the music of the spheres is just pure mathematics. And I even heard the music of the spheres, because in my dreams, which OBEs and NDEs are proof of the afterlife. If you've had dreams, if you've had OBEs and NDEs, it is proof of the afterlife. So there's life after this. And there's been life before this. And I've heard the music of the spheres, in my dreams. Like, it is the most, multiple times I've heard it. And it is the most, it's the most beautiful thing you could ever hear on so many different levels. Like, if that music could be brought down to this level, like, which it basically is through the orchestra, you know, but there are even higher levels than what the orchestras are even producing. So that's important to understand. Like, understanding God is understanding music and mathematics. You know, not bowing and worshiping to a tyrant God that is enslaving you and that's caused all this insanity and craziness on the world, you know, and deemed you with original sin for something you didn't even do, and that if you don't believe in him, you are going to hell. Like, that is something that will be broken out of on this earth. It's unfortunate that the masses have been subjected to this that controls them, but we are in the age of Yahweh and Jehovah and the Demiurge's fall, and that's what we're experiencing right now, is the fall of the old world order and the implementation of a new one, which is for humanity's enlightenment. "21 was a revered number because it was the product of two of the most sacred numbers, 3 and 7. Considered the sophistication of Pythagoras' principles in contrast with the primitive and childish stories, parables, laws, and commandments of the Torah, Bible, and Quran. How could Jews, Christians, and Muslims ever claim to have any real knowledge of anything at all? Abrahamism is all about superstition, fear, and control. Bless us, divine number, who generated gods and men. Number contains the root and source of eternal flowing creation." Pythagoras. One cannot escape the feeling that these mathematical formulas... I'll continue this later.